Just got back from a trip fishing down in Sydney, and I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I've never really fished New South Wales before, and all that footage will be shown later in this video. But before we get around to doing that, just wanted to say a quick thank you. So yeah, on behalf of Jack and myself, I just wanted to say thank you to all the people who voted for Pursuit and showed their support in whatever way they could. We ended up finishing 3rd out of 92 teams, which we're super happy about. You know, we had like half a film in the end and only 1 fish. So we're just glad people enjoyed it that much. But yeah, big plans for me and Jack in the coming 6 months, 12 months. But yeah, I'll get back to my trip down to Sydney because, believe it or not, this is actually what this video is about. It's just super disjointed because I didn't plan anything. So basically, I flew down to Sydney to fish with my mate Ivan, who is a super switched on fisher. And he's got probably one of the coolest boats I've ever fished out of. It's like fully rebuilt. It's a Haynes Hunter 565F, I believe. And yeah, he fully like redesigned it, and it's pretty much built to catch fish now. Like, yeah, it's a sick boat. I'll throw some photos up. So the plan while I was down south was to tick off some of the southern species, like kings, snapper. But I think in the 2 days leading up to actually going out in the boat, we changed plans like 7 or 8 times just because the weather was so unpredictable. So before we left, we also wanted to change all the wheel bearings in the trailer, which was fine. And we also wanted to change all the wheel nuts because we noticed they were pretty rusted through. And that would have been fine also, but it seemed that no one stocked the right wheel nuts that we needed and in the right quantity.
I'm going to move it this way to do the other side.
Yeah.
So we'll chuck this car out.
And it was only the night before we actually left that we got all the right parts to make sure that the trailer was running smoothly. That was a bit stressful too. Got him. Sweet. So that's not a bad flatty. Oh, that's not a bad flatty. By the end of it, we decided to just send it up the mid-north coast and chased mackerel and wahoo, which was pretty cool. This flathead has a garfish in its mouth. What the fuck? Look at the size of that. That's like a whole garfish. Dude. Let's get the hooks out of this thing first. Anyway, yeah, we sent it up the mid-north coast, and this video might be a little bit disjointed, but yeah, I put together what I filmed, and yeah, I hope you enjoy.
I'd just like to log in for the day. We're just heading out the bar now, 2 persons on board.
And what time do you estimate your return over?
Looking like around midday, 12, 1 o'clock over.
Okay, I'll put you down for midday, so if we don't hear from you by a little after that, we'll give you a call, or I can put it down as 1 PM now, over.
Yeah, do it for midday, and my phone number.
Oh, it's come off. No. Come on, no, it's not here. Shake it.
Slowly drive towards it.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Fucking dog.
Mid-North Coast, New South Wales, Wahoo. Probably a 12 kilo fish. Didn't get any footage yesterday for you, but started early this morning. Put out the laser pros for a troll. Lures only today, and we've been sharked by one already, and this is the second one, so hopefully we can stick hooks in another one.
Go, boys.
It'll be quick as the shark.
So the fish that we've got here is actually my first wahoo. We put it on the scales and it went just around 20 kilos.
20 kilos, yeah.
20 kilos on the dot. So
Lead.
yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. Apparently in like the mid-north coast, it's pretty rare to get a wahoo this size. So for it to be my first, yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that. But Ivan's gonna be filleting it because I can't fill it, and he's done this many times before. So yeah, I'll leave that up to him.
Alright, so the wahoo is much the same. Very soft bones on the fish, but obviously it's not as small as the mackerel that I've just filleted. So we'll just take our time with this one. Same concept. The only difference is the skin on the wahoo, the scales, you don't want to be getting that. It smudges, you don't want to be getting that on your flesh. So you have to handle it a bit more carefully. Other than that, it's practically the same concept. You get a lot more belly meat. You've got to watch, it's a bit hard there, but we should be able to get through it. We go as far up into the shoulder as we can. And then down there. And same thing, find that backbone. On your demersal species, it's a bit easier because they have a solid fin much like this, that runs the whole way down, and you can run your knife on that, whereas these just have these, whatever they're called. Should probably know. So now that I've done that first incision, I use my thumb and I aim it down, because now we've got to the bones of the fish, so the knife will run along the bones. I'll just do it once over until I can feel that backbone. You can hear it clicking on your knife, and you still don't need a big knife to actually take the sides off the fish. So I'll flip him over this way. Wiping any blood off, wiping the knife off as I go, because the blood can hold on the knife. It's just about off. There you go. So most of the meat's off that fillet, considering the size of the fish. Alrighty, so I tackle these slightly differently. Fillets are a lot thicker. Wiping my hand every time, because I don't want that skin to stain the flesh. So I'll fillet these sides and get them in some nice chunks, put them in the bags, and then I'll tackle that.
Oh, a little bit bigger.
16.5. What's really important, especially on these public bait cleaning stations, so to speak, timber was here, and timber does hold bacteria. Also, the place stinks because people don't clean them properly. So what's really important is that we clean the table thoroughly, give it a wipe down, give it a rinse down, hose the floor as much as we can, so that way the next lot of fishermen that get a half decent haul can come here and actually enjoy it without having to worry about the bacteria, and all they have to worry about is cleaning their fish. So that's really, really important.
So the fish from today is all chopped up, it's all filleted, bagged, and because we didn't really bring anything to eat, we've decided, or we plan to cook up whatever we caught. Gonna get some of the wahoo, and Ivan's just gonna cook it up in the back of the tray. And yeah, don't have too many ingredients because the store here was pretty lowly stocked.
So the local store had some soy sauce, some olive oil, salt and pepper, Spanish onion, lemon, ginger, and a chili. Pretty much with all those ingredients, I'm going to finely dice the chili, squeeze the lemon, finely dice the Spanish onion, sort of dice this up, and then I'm going to mix that with some salt, pepper, a bit of soy sauce and olive oil, and we're going to marinate our fish in that for 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm going to just deep fry some thinly sliced potatoes. Yeah, just serve that with salt and the fish. Wahoo time. Don't mess around, mate.
Don't mess around at all. Look at this. Look at this. Break that again. Come to the light.
Oh,
Perfectly cooked. I call this one the Mid-North Coast fish and chips. That's what I call it.
looks really good.
I should probably call it something else.